As I'm sure you all know, over the last week we've been exposed to tens, even hundreds of concept art and beta designs of Pokemon due to the Terra leak. And while there's some of that I'd love to talk about, like the beta megas, scrapped Pokemon, Typhlo, this video I'll be going over a whole scrapped Pokemon of one of the most prestigious Pokemon titles. This is Warabito, or Wallabit, or what I'll be calling it, Warabit, the scrapped water starter of Gen 3. Which they replaced with Mudkip, and to be fair, I think Mudkip is definitely better, but that doesn't mean we can't have a little bit of fun speculating about what Warabit could evolve into. So for this video, I've made two different conceptual final evolutions, and I was gonna make a middle stage, as seen on screen now, but do people really care? Do you care about a middle stage? I'd rather get this video out quicker to capitalize on the leaks. Speaking of which, please subscribe. I've been working the past week on these designs and this video, so I'd really appreciate it if you could even check if you're subscribed. So let's take a look at my soft redesign of Warabit. I wouldn't even call it a redesign, it's more of a rendition in my style, while also fixing it up to feel more like a starter. The things I did change were its tail to look more like waves, and to add more of a water aspect in. And then I also added a pattern on its hands and changed the face pattern to blue. But other than that, I kept it mostly the same. And man, the more and more I look at this guy, I kinda love him. I honestly want to use it in like a future region or something. Like a beta region would be really cool. Oh, and if you're looking for more regions, I'm working on this huge project called the Voyard Region, which you can find on my channel or probably in the description. It's going so well so far, and I hope you check it out. But now I can move on to the evolutions. I made this one second because people said the other one looked too different to Warabit, so here's Akusagi, the guard Pokemon. Just a mono water type, because it's fun to have some mono type starters once in a while. Akusagi comes from Aqua and Usagi, which is rabbit in Japanese. Thanks to Gibster, who came up with the names for these, by the way. So you can see I stuck to the inflatable aspect Warabit had in its design, and kind of amped it up to the max. He now has goggles, armbands, 2 pool rings, and a lifeguard jacket. So there's no way he's drowning in the water. And yes, I would have loved to make him fighting type, but the only other dual type starter Pokemon in Gen 3 just happens to be fighting type, which is just great for us. But it's fine, since it definitely works as a solo type. Here's the shiny, by the way, and yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Akusagi. Now, onto the other design I made. So I went a little more creative with this one, a little more wacky. Since the Hoenn region is based on Japan, at least I think it is, I tried to find a Japanese myth about a rabbit. So that's where the moon rabbit comes in, which I'm actually so surprised there's no Pokemon actually based on one. I know there's a lot of Fakemon based on the moon rabbit, so for a Japanese region, one of the starters would be really cool to be based on it. So that's the direction I went. This is Lunazuki, the Crescent Pokemon. Either a water fairy type or a water psychic type, because fairy wasn't introduced back in Gen 3. I personally love the moon and fashion aspect of the design, and I do understand the pose is kinda shit. I did struggle a tad on it. But other than that, yeah, these are the two final evolutions of Warabit that I've designed for this video. I do hope you enjoy them, and I do hope you'll subscribe, or at least go over to the Voyard region and subscribe there, because Jesus, in only like 4 or 5 months, we nearly have more subscribers than this channel. And let me know if you want to cover more of the leaks and maybe redesign some of them. Anyway, yeah, like subscribe and all that. Yeah. See ya!